let's look at example 2.8. The example focuses on reading a file where we have values separated by comma, similar to the one that we are now seeing. So there is the name of the emperor. These are Roman emperors. This is the year of birth. This is the year of death. This is their start of reaching, and this is the end of their reaching. And you can see that there's commas between all of these. We want to read this into Python. So let's first create a new project file for this. Example 2.8. And when reading a file in Python, we do it line by line. And we access all the lines of the file using this open command. And for cleanliness, I like to add those spaces, but they are not mandatory. So now we say that for each line in this file here, emperors, you need to print the content of the line. And when we run this, we get an error message that no such file or directory because I've written this wrongly. It says emperors.txt. Let's save and try again. So if you get an error message like that, no such file or directory, it usually indicates that you've made a mistake here, or then the file is not in the folder that you were trying to search it from. So here you can see that my path is C users mnelimark. This is also in C users mnelimark. So now I'm running this from the same folder and it automatically finds it, but this might not be the case in your situation. So this might need to be slightly more complex than this, or then just move the data file into the same folder that your code exists. But as we could see with this type of fix, it prints out the lines, each line separately, quite neatly. And so to sort of get something out of that thing, we want to separate it by the commas, so that we would have separately Tiberius and separately -42. When we do this, you can already see that it's working slightly differently in here than it was originally, and everything is nice. Now it's really sort of just assigning these into variables. So when I'm doing this, I mean that I want the name to be the first one of these. Please note that it's the 0, but it actually means the first one. Then I want the second one. And now this would be, because you see these quotation marks, this means that this is now a character -63. We want it to be a number -63. So to make that clear, we use the command float to cast this number, this text here that represents a number, into an actual number that a computer can understand. Similarly on the date year, start of reaching, similar idea. It's the fourth item on here, so we need to put 3 there, and the same with the end of reaching. So now we take each line, we separate it by commas to sort of cut out these bits that have information, and then each of the cut out bits we assign into a variable that corresponds to its meaning in the program code. And when we run this, it doesn't print out everything, which is good. We could actually try to print out these details. So name, birth year, for example, so that we just see that it's operating. And as you can see, it's operating. There's the name and there is the birth year as a number, not anymore as a char.